at the old 92 Beauville, Forest Park United Methodist Church. Southbound at the Beauville. Not the nicest Beauville in the whole power tour.
No. All right, on this episode of Piece and Grease, we're tearing up this van.
Perfectly good 1992 Fort Wayne, Indiana church van. 85,000 original miles. It had 75,000 on it when we got it. 454 4-speed overdrive.
We've taken this baby on power tour. It's hauled things for us. We've done all kinds of stuff with it, but now it's time for its next chapter that we have been waiting for, and we know you have too.
Everywhere we go, we get stuck. Every time we take it out, we get stuck. Little bit of puddle, little bit of mud, little bit of snow. It's too low, and it's two-wheel drive.
So we're lifting it up, and we're four-wheel driving it. This project is about to happen fast because we're taking this baby on a road trip to Florida in March. It's going to be our first test run and a review video for our tires from Interco Tire. What did they give us?
We have two sets of tires to choose from. We have 35 IROCs for 17-inch rim, and we also have a set of 35-inch Cobalt Groundhogs for a 20-inch rim. So you're going to see those. You're going to see different rims on this thing. We'll bolt the boggers on it. We're going to have fun with this build. It all starts today. It's going in the barn. We had big plans for a sunshine. It'll do massive, beautiful burnouts.
It does do beautiful burnouts.
But we couldn't because it's freaking snow. So it's going in the barn. I'm going to start the fires, remove the tires.
Keep it rolling.
Yep.
Time to go lift this baby up.
We're going to do measurements. Next time you'll see it, it'll be inside the garage. All right. First step, let's get the seats out because we want to clean it. We got to get the doghouse out. So we're going to get the seats out, pull that spare tire out, get rid of anything we don't need. Tell you what, when you buy a van with 4 rows of seats, you end up with lots of seats. I don't know what you're supposed to do with them, but let's get this thing cleared out. Let's get it in the garage and start getting it warmed up. It fits in the garage. First time it's ever been in the garage. We've had it almost a year. Never even had to bring it in here to work on it. One thing I've had to do this van a year is a little bit of brake work. But I'm getting ready to make it awesome. I guess. I was trying to come up with the perfect word. But awesome. We're going to make it awesome. So. Oh yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. These babies are going on the wall. Floater. Let me show you something that you don't know. You may know, but if you don't know, now you'll know. The World Square Body Shunt Trucks, this is a rarity. This is a van width, 14 bolt, full floater. These are the widest full floater you could get, and they only came in vans, and most vans don't have them. They have a light duty. So we're already starting with a great thing. This is a G30 van, Beauville. It's full of bald eagles. It's powered by American fuel. Red-blooded Americans. It's icy on top. Look at that tint. Denistine, 90%, 5%, whatever you want to call it. But before we start pulling it apart, what I'm going to work on tonight is getting the running boards off of it, getting the front bumper off of it. I had to remove the bike. That's what the rope's for. I had a bike hanging up there. Hit my head on it every time I come through. My main focus today is get it situated on the lift, start getting the running boards off first, start getting the front bumper off, and get the doghouse off the motor inside. So that's what we're doing. We got the seats out of it. It's really no bigger than a four-wheel drive or a long bed Chevy truck. So I got to figure out the weight ratio on the lift. 7,000 pound lift, probably a 6,000 pound van. So we should be all right. The whole front suspension, front wheels, running boards coming off of it. I got the seats out of it to lighten it up, easier to work on. We'll lose the front bumper. It'll be all right. Once we get the front axle in it, we won't let it hang from it. We'll just let it sit on it. So we're moving in the right direction. I'm going to move some stuff out of my way, get this motor out of the way, push down over there, get this cart loaded up with some tools that I need. She's still iced down on top. So it's going to be a wet one, folks. It's about to get rowdy. Let's do it. All right. Pop the hubcaps off. It's a horrible mess under there. That's all right. Those are coming off. Those brakes are coming off. One thing we're going to do is take these running boards off. And we know from past experience in other videos that this 3/8 headed wood screw will absolutely tear a fender off. You could weld a hook to that and just tear the whole side of a truck off. So we got to get these off. Now the running boards would have probably cleared, but honestly, the older I get, I want to leave them. But honestly, it don't look as good or as tall when you leave the running boards on a lifted truck. You really should have to try to jump and stretch and tear your groin and everything else. I guess I like to make vehicles uncomfortable because I enjoy driving them, so I really want to be alive. It's like some adrenaline rush or something. Let me get a 3/8 wrench. So I imagine the pastor bought this in 1992. We're going to have a shitload of water to deal with. Pastor probably went and bought this van new, 1992, and the Baptist ladies probably couldn't get up in it. So they took it to the local accessory shop. Around here we got Solar Shade, or we used to have Cruising. Tell them you want some running boards. They make you an appointment, bring that baby in on Wednesday, sit there while they put these on. Look at this one. All this real estate for one step. But we're not going to throw them away. We'll keep them for something. I don't know what. If anybody has the longest wheelbase van, I might sell them to you. It's probably easier with the wheel off. We ain't to that point yet. They really screw them babies in there. It's really what I enjoy the most on a new build is chasing tools. Making 100 trips, you got everything you need piled up. Major screws right there, man. All right, we'll have to get a creeper, get under there. I already got the back loose. I'm gonna turn the camera off, go do the other side, because that was boring as hell. All right, one of the best things about these running boards is there's no drill holes down the seam. That's nice. Usually all down through there, there's mounting holes, but they have brackets underneath. Just gotta get them loose. Thank you. Oh, there's a bird in here. Where'd you come from? How did we get to open the door? How did a bird get in here? All right, got it loose. Got the door open, so I'm gonna take them out real quick. All right, we're moving right along. We got the running boards off, the hubcaps off. I admit, it's pretty weak looking. Like, it lost its luster of newness because it just was so stock. The hubcaps were so stock, the running boards. But the seam is good underneath there. It's got a little rust color to it. But we're probably going to redo the white ourselves from the trim line down because it's got a few spots. This thing still has stock exhaust on it. Huge 3-inch looking muffler and huge catalytic converter the size of a Stingray back in there laying flat. So let me show you where we're at. I've never had the doghouse off of it. Look at that. So there's a few people that said that van don't have a 454 in it. There's a few people that said, I'm a mechanic, I've never seen a 454 in a van. Right there it is. 454. Might be a roller motor. I'm not sure, but it runs real good. Occasionally the service engine light. Whoa, get up here. Occasionally the service engine light comes on. And the reason I got this van so cheap is the previous owner had it on Marketplace for like a bunch. He started out at $11,000 or something. I think when I seen it, he was down to $8,500, marked out to $7,500. And we had a second-gen Dodge two-wheel drive Cummins automatic that we were going to use for Jennifer's C50. But this popped up. I had no money, but I wanted it because of this very moment. So I offered him to trade that second-gen Dodge, which was 350,000 miles, rusty. Bed was about to fall off of it. And he said no, and then a couple hours later, I convinced him to do it. So I drove up to Fort Wayne, Indiana in my C50. I hauled the second-gen 97, and then we did a trade in the Kroger's parking lot. And I got this. It had like 75,000 miles on it. We've had it on Power Tour. We've had it all over. We drove it out to eat 100 times. We've drove to swap meets. We've had it everywhere. And we're going to continue to take it everywhere, but it's just going to look way better. It was either slam it on its ass or lift it up to the sky. So I'm a lift it type guy. And that's what we're here for now. So we got the doghouse out. Let me explain why. One of the secrets to changing over from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive is you take out this whole two-wheel drive cross member. From that dust cap to the other dust cap, take the brake lines loose, the calipers, the sway bar, the steering, everything's going, which includes the motor mounts, which is a bad deal. So when you get rid of that K member, you lose your solid factory motor mounts, and that's hard to duplicate. But we went over to the folks at Speedway and we picked up this. I'm skeptical. I'll be straight up with you. I see this engine sagging on me somehow. I wish that was a little thicker wall, but it's not. We can duplicate this. It says made in China. It says made in China right on it. That's kind of disappointing, but this is what we're going to use. Chevy clamshell rubber brand new mount that comes with it. It's going to go like that and hold the motor. You hear how skeptical I was when I said hold the motor? So there's not much room in these vans. Got my Mack ratchet laying in 6 inches of water. So what we got to do is, and I'm not the originator, I'm the imitator. We have to build a stand out of metal, square tubing, that we can hold this motor up. I haven't quite figured out my attachment points, the back of the head, but this has to be solid. This can't sag, so I'm going to use 2-inch square tubing. We're going to have feet, then we'll have our arch, then we'll have 2 hook points, one on each side. I'm going to make it tall, because if I got to use come-alongs, I'll have room. Instead of trying to double over cable and stuff, if you've ever used a ratchet strap or a come-along, you know what I mean. You need room for the action. So I'm going to make it tall. It's going to seem crazy. I'll reuse the steel for something else. So part of tonight was get the running boards off, done. Get the doghouse out of it and the seats out of it, that's done. Ripped my pants, that's kind of annoying. But we're gonna try to get it on the lift. I've never had it on this lift. We're gonna find its sweet spot, get it up and down. And I can't start taking the front suspension out until I have this suspension bridge built for my motor. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper, tape measure, and I'm going to go through that. I might show you a few minutes of that. It's not really fabrication work for the project. It's fabrication work to get the project done. One guy show, I've never done this before. I'll be right up front and honest with you. So if I had done this before, I would have that piece of metal sitting somewhere like other people do, but I don't. So I'm just going to dig down and make whatever I don't have. And that's what we do here. We don't buy anything really because I'm broke. So I make stuff. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make something. All right. We got the doghouse stripped out, the running boards off, the lift under it right where it needs to go. And before I do that, because once I lift it up, it'll probably never be sitting where it's sitting right now. So let's run some stats. You're going to have to remember this because I ain't writing it down. So from the ground to this bottom of this chrome right now is exactly 31 inches. And to eyeball the tire right now, it's exactly a 28-inch tire right now on the front. 28-inch tire, 31 inches to here. Let's check a bumper bolt. Can you see the bumper? All right, let's check the bumper here. I got a fan because I have a flood going on. So, bumper bolt, now stock two-wheel drive. 20 3/4. Let's see if it's level. 20 and a half. It's got a little, that's actually rare. They're always sagging that way. Let's check this one over here. There's a 1/4 inch difference there too. Could be tire inflation. So 31 to the chrome, 20 3/4 to the center of the bumper bolts. Now let me show you what's going in this bad dad. Right here is the cream of the crop. Kingpin, crossover steering arm, track bar mount from my old truck if needed. Dana 60, too much gear, wrong gear. We're going to have to go in there and change the gear before we finish all the four-wheel drive. But this particular axle has 35 spline outers, 30 spline inners, whatever they are, 29. I got a Yukon flange. And then over here I got a mile marker or a worn. So I'm going to have to, and it's got a locker in it. But this is Dana 60. It's in really good shape. The brakes are like new. It's got braided lines. It's a good one. It's going to go in there. The plan for the van, let me get you stationary here. All right. So the plan for the van is to get the 60 under the front, 6-inch springs, get the motor mounted, get the steering done, get the shocks mounted, get the brake lines modified, hooked up to where it'll run, drive, stop, start, everything it did when it pulled in here. I'm going to take my time and this ain't going to happen in one video, okay? We had this idea of creating this mini movie for you, but it is what it is. We're just going to build it as we can. We're not going to lift the back until the front is done because we don't know how much lift we need in the back because it sat high in the back already. Let's measure that real quick. All right. The lift isn't touching it. It's sitting where it sits. So we are 35 to that chrome strip right there. And 26 to the back bumper bolt. So we are at least 4 inches higher in the back. Now, 4 inches. We're putting a 6-inch lift in the front. Square body spring. That's not a 6-inch lift for this van because there's no formula for that. we may end up with what you would consider 8-inch lift. I don't know. I got square bodies around here with 6-inch springs, with 4-inch springs. We can measure them, figure it out. But we may get away with a couple-inch block in the back and some new U-bolts. And two-wheel drive, we'll leave the drive shaft in it for now. We may lower the carrier bearing. We're going to get it two-wheel drive for our trip to Florida. And the reason why I'm not going to jump in and four-wheel drive it right now is because I don't have the right transfer case. I've been researching, and with some adapters and some custom work, you can put a transfer case on the back of this two-wheel drive 4L80, which works perfectly and is clean, and I would frankly just like to leave it in there for the overdrive. So we will get this built, and then hopefully it's nice out. We won't need four-wheel drive by then, but that's the plan. So if you wonder what the plan is, that's the plan. Get the four-wheel drive axle under the front of it. I can't four-wheel drive it yet because this is going to be an ongoing job. Dana 60s are hard to find. Real hard to find in good shape. Real hard to find for less than $1,500. So I got this one. What I'll end up doing is I'll pick a open carrier or maybe we'll experiment with a locker of some kind, an air, electric, or just a posi unit, lunchbox locker, whatever. This van would, a four-wheel drive vehicle with an open front end and posi rear end will go anywhere I want to take this van. So that being said, we don't really need the posi in the front and all that stuff, but we may use it if we find a good deal on a locker to put in there. We need to put a 410 gear in there. It's got 456 now, so I'm gonna take a little, this lift, I'm not optimistic. I don't really like this setup. This is an older lift. This is made for cars, 7,000 pound lift. Let's see what it does. We ain't even touching in the back yet. Front looks good. Let's let that stabilize. I don't know if I like that. That's 10 inches right there. That's 41. And 32. We was at 20 3/4 and 31. So that's 40 1/2. Let's give you a little rundown of what's going on here. Look at this baby. Huh? Look at that. Now what you know about where we go. It's about what we need. You see it here first. It's about time. So I'm going to think on that positioning. I got a lot hanging out the back, and I don't want it to tip. So I may lower it while it still runs and while it still has tires on it. I may lower it and come forward 4 or 5 inches. Try to get it more balanced, because when I start taking this stuff out, I don't want it to do anything. I'll use jacks, but it just looks like it could be forward some. We'll let it sit on the locks for a minute. Okay, I got it lowered down on the safety locks so that don't hurt your cylinders none, and it can just hang right there. We're not under it. We want to make sure it'll hold it. Don't break the arms off. I'd rather break the arms off now than while I'm under it, but you've seen it here first, folks. It's getting Midwestern. Steal a phrase from Murphy. It's getting Western. It's getting Midwestern in here, so enjoy. All right, I dug up some scrap metal. I don't have as much as I thought I did because I've been using it. I've been building stuff. So this piece here is 29 1/2. So we're gonna make this one of our risers. This is a piece of junk I've had around here forever. I don't even know where it came from. But we're gonna cut it down, baby. Reuse it. Yep. Tractor link. Who wants it? All right. Got my legs. We're going to make this 40. Let's make it 38. I have moved this particular piece of steel around 100 times. Feels good to use it. Thank you. All right, I got a piece of scrap here. I'm gonna make some feet. I ain't gonna measure. I'm just gonna cut. Didn't have to bend over. If you're wondering why I was doing that. All right, let me get my welder. All right, got my framework built. Now I'm going to weld these tabs. I buy these up at my steel supply yard. If I see them, I buy them. I'm going to weld these on there like that, and it'll give me two options. A bolt hole or a strap hole. You're a strap hole! I know. I know. I ain't going to measure. No way. Well, that concludes this portion. Looks like it caught some water. Didn't know I was out. Not a lot of wire. Every time I go buy some, they're running low. Let me look around. All right, I ran out of welding wire, which is the story of this channel. But as you can see here, this will go inside as so. Then I might use bolts and turnbuckles or straps or both. So I have to go first thing in the morning and buy welding wire to continue. But this cools down. I'll stick it in there, make sure it's going to fit. This will hold the motor up while we take the cross member out. And then we will put before we put the axle in, we will take 1/4-inch steel and plate the structure. These vans are unibody. So we will have to plate that out, get maximum weld all the way around as much as possible for the engine cross member to weld into. So we at least got it built. We just got to get some wire, finish it up, and then that's pretty much. I got to go to the store anyway to get straps. I might just go right in the back of the head with bolts and then turnbuckles. That'll just hold it right where it's got to be. And then we can shimmy the turnbuckles to get the engine mount bolts in and out. So that's the plan. It's probably dinner time. That's a lot for today. We're moving along on the Holy Roller. We call it the Holy Roller because it was a church van. No disrespect to anyone, any churches or anything. We don't mean it in any bad way. It's just kind of funny because that's what it did, and this is what it's going to do now. So catch you when we get more stuff. Look at that. Woo-hoo. Old school. All right, I got welding wire today. Went to town. Every time I go to town, it's $1,000. Got this thing built. Let it cool down. Here's what we came up with. Will it work? I don't know. I had these tabs, so I welded them on. Gives me two options, small hole, then a big hole. I bought these in case I want to hang these from this to the motor. Then I can adjust it if I need to. If I need to take tension off the motor mount bolts or something like that, then I can also use the strap. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just doing it. And if it works, that's great. If it don't work, I'll redo it. So I'm gonna take this over. How do you know if you're doing it wrong? If you ain't doing it. All right, I got it up on the lift stable where I want it to go. There's the old 454, all of its glory. This is our first test fit after a few crude measurements. Yep. It's probably a little wider than it needs to be. It's probably a little taller than it needs to be. Yeah. All right, so I think we're on the right track, but now we're just way too tall. It needs to go down. Get it away from the steering wheel. I don't know why I made it so tall, but whack, whack, get it back in. No problem. I may narrow it up a little bit. I don't know. This is what happens when you don't know. We need to get the motor fastened to this to keep the motor from wanting to move. We don't want the motor to move any way, shape, or form. During this procedure, no matter how many times the lift goes up and down, that motor needs to stay where it's at with no K-member underneath. Let me grab a tape measure. I'm going to chop this down. It won't take me 10 minutes to fix it, and it'll be easier to work with. It's too wide. It's too tall. Stand by. All right. New and improved. Shortened 8 inches. Narrowed 5 inches. I just left that there. It's not going to work, so I weld a new one on. That's all temporary anyway. While that's cooling down, it's too hot to stick in there. I don't want nothing to happen. So I've spent this much time, 2 or 3 hours building this, getting the running boards off, and something else. Getting on the lift. We'll pull these wheels off real quick while that cools down. All right, I plan on keeping this. To my knowledge, this is the same A-frame K-member that's in 2-wheel drive trucks, 3/4 ton. This one's in good shape. I think I put a new brakes are shot. I think I put a new caliper on one side, but I'm gonna start getting the calipers loose, brake lines anyway. I'm gonna start getting the shocks off of it. I'm gonna start getting the sway bar off of it, front bumper brackets. I got a tedious amount of work to do. I think that will be good. So my engine hoist. So I'm gonna take a break on that, bust out some mechanic work real quick, get the steering unhooked. Anything I can do under here, I'm gonna try to do. Grab some tools, lay into it. All right, we'll jump in here and do some work. I have to run the heater a lot because it is cold. It's up 10 degrees outside. So, see if we can do a little talking, do a little wrenching. How you doing tonight? I brought a hammer. Babies were toast. Just left them on there. 11. You know. Gotta have the 11. All right. The real boring part of the project is in effect. I think these are original. Church van. They didn't change it. Never been off, folks. I'm gonna take her in for a simple shock job. Got one out. Woo! We gotta cut that one. Be prepared to cut some stuff. Yep. Glasses are clogged up. All right, folks, got that baby out of there. That's for sale. Still works. If anybody needs something, that's it. All right, I'm just going to cut that brake line right there. While I'm cutting things, let's just cut that. Give me some slack. Oh, gone in 6 seconds. All right. That baby's out of here. We're going to pull the front bumper off. Looks like some 13s and some 14s. Everything changes from bolt to bolt. You know the routine. 14. All right. Basically, this will unbolt. This is a unibody. We're going to make a front plate for a front spring hanger. And then we will make our rear plates for our rear spring hangers. I got some mail today. This is what we got. All right, so rear hangers for the front springs right here. These go here. Right here, got a nice little cylinder weld on there, rides on there. This will weld to a plate that welds to the subframe. These are this is a 63-inch spring relocation kit. So this will be my front spring hanger. Comes with bolts, comes with everything you see here. Bushings, tabs to weld these. Brace those, which I'll probably have to leave those open and then brace the front. That's probably what I'll do. These are a little narrow. Got to weld a butt crack tool. So I got my arcs here. I got multiple hookup points. I'll probably just use those two right there that are symmetrical. Letting that baby cool down. And then I'm going to repeat this on the other side. I'm going to go to the other side, pull the brake off, pull the shock off. Then I'll get under it, pull the sway bar off. But there's no reason to show you that because it's the same thing I just showed you. And I'm going to turn on the heater. And I'm going to get to work. All right, we got the bald eagles waving there on the door. We got the shocks off. We got the steering loose. We got the brakes loose on this side. We got the sway bar off. We got the front bumper off. There's where all the action's going to happen right there. This is the strength. That's what we're going to mount to. We're going to make a plate that goes across the front of there. It'll have those 8 holes for the bumper in it. We'll maximize as much as that as we can. And then we will put holes along there for grade 8 hardware. Basically going to clamp it on there. And then we'll build the front spring hangers off of that. So we just got to tear down this side. And we got our bracket in here to hold the engine. I got these. I don't know if they're going to work. I don't know anything. We're just going to do it. We'll make some chains up to take up the slack. I have extra hooks. There's an engine install hook right here. We're going to hook a strap to that. We'll probably take a couple of the bell housing bolts out of the transmission, run a few chains up to that just for safety. This is grade 8 hardware with feet. It's not the most beautiful weld job. That one is. But it's beside the point. That's just for moving, taking the K-member out and keeping the engine where it needs to be. I may modify those feet a little bit so it'll sit at an angle. That's going to be tomorrow morning's job. Hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, we have the whole suspension out of the front. And then we will start putting springs on that, getting roller tires on that Dana 60. That's a Chevy Dana 60 from 78 to 91, single wheel. And 6-inch front springs. I have the U-bolts, brand new pads, U-bolts, motor mounts, brakes are good, everything. We got new tires. We're moving along. Looks like the back is probably going to need about a 4-inch lift, so we'll figure that out after we get the front done because the front is the hard part. The back is just maybe either a shackle flip or a block. Either one is going to move that axle forward, so we'll have to do a zero rate block. I have to get online and find some blocks with some different center pin options. Like this. Zero rate. If it don't line up, move it over a hole. That's what I'm talking about. So we'll have to do that in the back because naturally the back tire will want to move forward. Whatever we do, we'll lift it. It'll move it forward, so we need to move it back so it's centering the wheel well. And that's about it. We need to measure wheelbase before we pull it apart because I want it to be the same. And then that's it. We just got to make all this and all that fit under that. Shouldn't be no problem. People have been doing it since the first van rolled off the assembly line. So stay tuned.
Looky what you're up to.
Getting jiggy with it. Literally. This is my jig and I'm sticking to it.
That's right. It's Wednesday. We're back in the shop. Tim has been down here 2 days working hard on this thing.
2 evenings.
2 evenings, yes.
Make it sound like we're going to lose the shop.
You're not dragging it out. I'm just saying that you've been working hard.
I'm engineering. This is an engineering project as you go. So we ain't there yet. Now you're here. I'm nervous.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So I'm going to... See, these are too long. This is the freaking problem. The straps are so long. I'm going to try to use these and straps. I don't know how strong those will be. Chain to chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's cut some chain. Yep. Look here. You didn't even know that was there, did you?
No.
Alpine Muffy, baby.
Those
Alpine baby
are
Muffies.
sound deadeners.
Those for babies. Look, we had a whole glove box there.
I didn't know.
We could have been running illegals.
I had no idea.
Illegal stuff.
Didn't even know.
Think this will work?
Yeah?
Aha. I guess you got it.
The only way to find out is to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I told Wyatt about the snow after he texted me 3 times today that he's going to get a snow day. I said the only way to find out is to wait and see.
That's too much.
He can't do it. He can't do it.
Okay, I don't know if that'll leave us enough. Let me take that slack out. I better go up another. You see what we're trying to do here?
I do.
Does everyone else
I'm sure.
explain it?
I'm sure they get it. I don't ever think you need to explain things because we're not teaching people anything. We're just showing them what we do.
This isn't?
I mean, it could teach somebody something, but we ain't trying to.
You learning? You guys out there learning? No. They're like, this guy's a dumbass. Whatever. We're getting somewhere. Oh, did I drop my washer too? Well, hell. I was over there at the old unsponsored bolt bin.
Yeah.
Trying to find something.
It works for us,
Brought to you by
Tim Miller.
Tim's Empty Wallet. How it should be. Real life. So we don't want the motor to move. We want it to be secure. There's going to be some slack in the carpet. We're going to have to put other things on it. We got to get the motor mount bolts out. Okay, that's one rig.
Come to my side.
Is that a Carolina rig?
I don't know.
I can do it from this side. I got to get another washer and bolts.
Tell me again, what's the reality of life?
So I'm down here. I got my boots are ripped out. My pants are ripped out. We're running on fumes here. Somebody said, somebody posted something, do you people do stuff just for clout? I actually want a lifted van.
Somebody said that about us?
No.
Oh, I was like, what?
You never know who somebody's talking about. They ain't got the guts to say what they really feel like I do. I mean, we ain't making no money.
No.
Yeah, this is easy. We're killing it.
It probably would be if you had a whole crew of people and everything was paid for. It'd be real easy.
Well, there's a lot cooler videos of people who, come to find out, have been YouTubing for years to get a helicopter. You don't just get a helicopter quick.
No.
Years. Okay. I'm down to pretty much just the cradle bolts. It's cradle of filth bolt. That's the cradle of filth.
Danny?
The good news is, if we take this front end out, we got burnout car parts.
Oh, yeah.
Brakes and all that good stuff. I bet a lot of people don't know who Danny Phillips is.
They probably should look it up so they can be just as shocked as me.
So they can shy away.
So they can be just as shocked as me.
It was an opening band for Danzig. I don't know if that paints any kind of...
Let's just tell the story.
Gotta be careful on that lift, huh?
Yeah.
No sudden movements.
My oldest son wanted to go to his first concert, and I wanted to be the one to take him to his first concert. So I told him to pick, and he picked Danzig. And I was all for it. Only Danzig song I know is Mother, so I was okay with it. So
anyone who's ever played Guitar Hero knows Mother.
Yeah, so
big time.
We got the tickets, and Wyatt had never been to a concert, so we decided to take Wyatt with us too. And this is the part that makes me feel real bad, because I love Wyatt, and I didn't want this to be his first experience. The openers...
But wait a second. First off, there was a Taylor Swift concert? Or
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks concert.
Same night. We didn't know.
We was going to a little inside place. And Garth Brooks was playing the Bengals stadium.
Right next door.
Or the Reds stadium. And so there was nowhere to park. So here we are driving down the road. And we start seeing people who are going to our concert. And they got shirts on. And I'm not going to say the words, but I'll paint the picture.
It's real bad. We'd never seen it. And I said, what does their shirt say?
It said, Jesus is a...
See you next Tuesday.
C word. 4-letter. Jesus is a blank. You can figure it out.
We were like, what is going on? We didn't know.
It's a hell of a propaganda method.
So then we got inside to the Danzig concert.
That's a good way to make people love you.
Yeah, and it turns out there was 2 openers. I don't even remember the name of the first one, do you? We missed it. Thankfully, we missed it.
Oh,
so we came in because of parking only for Cradle of Filth before Danzig, and that was horrible. Man. Poor Wyatt has still not been to another concert. And that was his first experience. I'm sad that was his first experience. He was as miserable as me and you.
How do you know if it holds?
I don't know. You don't.
Huh?
You don't.
You never win till win.
Don't
Maybe
know.
Never.
If you don't know, now you know. You won't know until you know.
She's got philosophy written all over her.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. What else do we got? There's another bolt hole down there. And there's another bolt hole down there. We'll take advantage of that. We'll put the strap down there. On each side, across the middle. It runs perfect. We don't want to disturb anything. I don't know if we need to put a... I'll be honest. This whole way through, Dale Jr. and Cletus said, I gotta watch not knocking this thing off.
Yeah.
It's a big mama jama for our lift. They said most people only... I'm trying to ease out here so I don't show my whole ass crack.
Oh my God.
They said most people only show the good. We showed all.
Yeah, we do.
Almost showed my butt crack.
That's all.
What do you think of my jig?
It's jiggy with it.
We're going to add more to it.
Okay. I think you're doing good.
Over here to the unsponsored bolt bin. We'll just call it that. The unsponsored bolt bin. I should have worn my socks.
I know.
Only got 2 pair. They need to be sending me out some more.
I know. You need 363 more pair.
I do. Now that would really shock a sponsor. They'd be like, "Hey, we really like your show. We'd like to give you some socks."
Yeah.
And they're awesome socks.
They are awesome.
And then you tell them, "Okay, that's cool, but Tim wants to wear a new pair of socks every day." That's my goal in life. I want to get to the point where I can wear a new pair of socks every day. Let's think of it.
I know about it.
Think of it from a laundry standpoint.
I don't think that the socks are really the biggest part of my laundry.
Underwear, I get 365 pair of drawers and 365 pair of underwear. That's what I want.
Okay.
Who's got it?
Amazon.
Yeah, we've already looked this up. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. You're seeing it first, ain't you?
Yeah. They're going to see it tomorrow.
Doppler. This is more accurate than the weather.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
When's that day we're getting 14 foot of snow?
Today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow.
That was it? That's when they said?
Today and tomorrow. Wyatt's laptop at school is telling him that he's getting 14 hours of snow, okay? I've looked at every weather app for a week, and it's been off and on.
Last week, you said we were getting 14 inches of snow.
That was the story.
I couldn't comprehend it.
And then it went away, and then it was back the next day, and then today we weren't supposed to get any snow, and we did, and I just don't trust them no more. None of them.
Got a fire extinguisher on board. Here's something, a part of our social media.
Oh, yes.
Look at Butch's glasses.
He's been missing them, man. When he gets home from school and he knows you found those, he's going to be happy.
I was back here with a 6-month-old milk and a Hi-C. That's a problem with vans.
Oh, man.
They collect stuff.
Yeah, when we got off power tour with these kids, I found vitamins and food and drinks. It was
just have a ratchet.
It was no good.
How am I losing tools? Where have I been?
I don't know.
We want some slack in it. So it'll pull up top. There we go. There we go. You know, when I get this tight, if I say, that's not going to go anywhere.
It won't.
It's good. It's locked in.
We just want to get in here and get this thing ratchet strapped up and get to the gold.
Next time. I like to watch Gold Rush. I don't know why. I've always liked it. It's dumb as can be. You know, they're all paid actors. But, I mean, some of them are like Parker. He's done good for himself and stuff. But no matter how good they do for themselves, there's no more water.
I got the wrong pump. Something is always really tragic.
Cody's son's Bobcat, his bulldozer, has broken down.
And he's not letting him borrow another one.
They got 60. I'm going to take up some down here. I'm going to do the same thing I did over there. I'm going to put the bolt through the eyelet. Down here. Takes up some slack. This ratchet, the binder's too close to the thing. They always make that lead too long. Or too short. I've never had a perfect set. Don't you? Oh, don't fall. I saved it so I didn't have to go back to the unsponsored bolt bin.
We should just say it really dramatic every time.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm envious.
I know.
Those people got them big nuts and bolts.
Labeled. All they got to do is use their phone and reorder.
Yeah.
We're American pickers of the bolt bin.
Next time at Tractor Supply.
Oh my God.
Will they have any more bolts? Find out. All right. We don't want to do any damage to nothing. I think she's lifting. You see it? Watch. I mean, I think we're locked in, Judy.
I think it's fine.
Huh?
I think it's fine.
So my goal is when I take the bolts out,
that it doesn't move.
There's not a. I can adjust if there's a bind. I can't get them out. I come in here and give her the. I think. Listen.
I am.
I think for a man's first van attempt, this is
solid.
This is.
I'm fully confident in your skills.
This is a teaching moment. We're teaching you how to do this.
No, we ain't.
We will rent you our.
Oh my God. We won't. Stop talking.
I'll rent this with a deposit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 1/4-inch steel, baby. We might ride around with it like that. Oh
yeah, I could believe that. I would believe that would be a factor in our life, possibly.
Hey. There's nothing to be said about my safety level. I've wrecked a lot, but I haven't wrecked you. Okay, so what I think we're to the point. Let's talk about something I need done. Something you need done.
Here, take the camera because I can't show back there. You're up higher than me.
Look how long it is. It's like a moving van.
There's so much room back there.
I almost hate that it has so much windows because it's hard to be groovy.
Yeah, but you can put curtains up. We can put curtains up over the windows, then it'll look better from the inside.
It's got a handicap toilet shitter handle right there by the door. You see it back here?
Yeah.
That's like straight out of a handicap toilet. So it's clean. Headliner's good. Look at all them seat belts hanging. We're going to try to get in here and steam clean it all.
That's my job. I love to
I'll help. I'll help. But hopefully we can catch a day here soon where we can get that back door open and just get in there, pull our carpet out, my remnant, and then I don't know how many seats we're going to put back in it.
Probably just one row.
Just one row, set back. I thought, what would it be like with the back row in only? But if you put the back row in and you open the door, you can't put even
There's no room, yeah.
There's no room for nothing. No. It's just right up against the door. It's kind of weird, but...
No, I just think we put this one row right behind us and then roll with the rest of the space.
Give us ideas in the comments.
And I wouldn't even put another row of seats in if we didn't have all these kids, but they can
we'll leave the kids at home and put us a bed in there, boys.
I know.
Heart-shaped bed.
Take it.
Banger bus. Well, what was you going to...
No, I ain't saying that.
You got to bleep it out. The fuck bus.
Oh, my God.
Better bleep that out.
I'll have to.
So.
All right, what do we do now?
I've been hesitant to get under it on this lift.
No doubt. You need to put some stands under it of some sort.
Well, I got those big ones, but there's 3 bolts in that main cradle of filth on each side. There's 3 bolts I got to get out, 6 bolts. Then there's 2 on each side that I'll take out last. So I need to get under it. There's going to be some brake lines I need to cut because they were junk anyway. That's how we ended up with this van, because the kid couldn't fix the brakes. We're moving right along. Slam down on my head and kill me.
I really don't want that to happen.
It ain't going to happen.
Please don't say that.
Huh?
I said please don't say that.
That's how you take your van apart, folks.
Gotcha.
Boom. 4 for 4. Oh, there you are.
I move around like a ninja.
Well, want my left butt cheeks hanging out, so you gotta off camera. Can't even afford to buy new pants. Oh yeah, we got all those babies out.
Yeah.
Okay. Motor mounts. Woo. We're up in it now, ain't we?
Yeah. This is it. Breath when you're breathing. It's cold in here.
Back when I was young, I built a van, almost froze to death.
Yeah, just in case anybody's wondering how warm we are in here with no heat on.
I'm suffering.
Succotash.
That one ain't gonna do it either.
Oh boy.
Huh? Huh? Hand me that one. Let's see if the big hammer's what it'll do. We're just trying to get the spin, let alone get the nut off of it. Might have them in a bind. I might have them pulled up with my riggings. I'd rather it be up than down. Oh, got the big gun in there. NASCAR gun. She'll turn you. She'll turn you. I see the thing the other day, and it was Phil Collins, and it said,
You still don't know what studio means?
I
I still don't either.
studio.
I've seen it too and laughed because nobody knows.
He was kind of like Eddie Vedder. Hey,
Yeah.
I think you build a pretty good rig when the bolt comes out.
Yeah.
That's motor mount bolt, missus. One of my fans, I gotta address the elephant in the room.
Ooh.
You're not even gonna see this one coming. But I gotta address it.
Okay.
Because somebody said, my wife says you need to go to dermatologist.
Oh
You got a
gosh.
spot on your face.
They were just concerned for your health.
Let me tell you how I got that. We were going to scare these chicks one time. We were young. We were like 18. And we were going to scare these girls. And they were going to go to this. One girl was in on it. They were going to go to this cemetery. And we was going to already be there. And we was going to scare them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And Nate Greer, he's like, that's too long. He said, let's take some chainsaws. Let's take some chainsaws. And let's take the blades off of these chainsaws. So we did that, thank God, or I'd be dead. But we went to this, we got them running, got them warmed up, and we're at this cemetery. Okay. You see a nut turning? We're at this cemetery. And these girls show up. Everything's going as planned. Regular Scooby-Doo episode. You know what I mean? And right at the last minute, I jump up and take off running and fire up my chainsaw. It's an old Poland Super 33. It was the loudest thing ever. And it fired right up. And I'm running along, and it's over by Caesars Creek Lake. It's a like 1800s cemetery. And I tripped on a headstone. I went down and my face bounced off of another headstone. And I don't know how it didn't break my jaw or break my eye or knock all my teeth out. But I felt like a real jackass laying on, laying on my chainsaw, Here it is on my face. That bolt's got a little tension on it. It's half out though. So that's how I scarred up my face. Man, there's never enough tools. I got them all down here. Lately, when you see yourself on camera, you start finding all your own insecurities. But you just, try to work through it. That was never one of them. That dark spot on my jaw. I might have 1800 gravestone cancer on that baby. Come on, we're backing her out. We're backing her out. Like a Mideastern trucker. You got to back them out. This one might crush my hand. Or something radical.
Stop.
I need a wrench. Hand me that wrench right there.
What, this one?
No, the other one.
The other one.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. She wrenched me that. That cop was saying he wrenched for it. I can see the head. It's a boy. That one might be under a little tension. It's wiggling. It just don't like to come out. I'm backing her out by putting a wrench behind the head of the bolt. And then we're using reverse.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
You told me that.
When?
I don't know, not that long ago. Or I wouldn't remember.
Today?
Not today.
I just learned it.
You didn't.
I know all them stupid tricks of survival in Alaska. I mean, I don't know why it won't come out. I can move the whole bolt. There she is. Okay. Okay. This is loose. I think that's loose. Those will stay. There's only 2 bolts on each side holding this whole baby in.
Great.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah.
Let's put 2 wheels back on it.
Had to warm up the shop for a minute and get some tires on here.
Yeah, 2 bolts on each side left. Got the tires back on. Motor mounts are out. See if I can reach them. That one sounded bad, but it came out.
It did.
It wasn't wanting to give up. 1992. It's screaming, help me! I want to go to Florida. There's more stuff in the way over here. Let's remember, it was like do everything in the dark. Whoever put these lights on these things way back in the day, though, that was genius. That one didn't care.
No, it came right out.
It should be the last bolt. If I can get it on there, can't see what I'm doing.
Came right out too, dang.
Dang with the bang-a-wall. Now, what's the chances that it just comes right out?
I don't know. No.
There's more.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's some that go in from this way. At least 1, 2. Okay. There's 4 more bolts holding it in.
Oh, wow.
That's all right. Now we know. One bolt at a time. Oh, man. Oh, man. We'll get hung up in there. Already are almost. I'm going to use ratchet. Can you hand me this ratchet over here? Please? Oh, yeah, there you go. There we go. Okay, she won't come out with the bolt still in it. But this will make a difference. It's just gonna take me a while. Probably need to put a couple bolts back in the sides. Heat shield in the way right there. They weren't intended to come out. Boy, that one right there is gonna be hard to get to as well. Oh, check back in a day or 2.
Oh my God.
Suction.
You broke suction?
Yeah, you know what that is, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
We broke it! Oh man.
I cut the camera for about 30 minutes.
Hour.
No. Felt like an hour, but it was about 30 minutes. You did real good.
There's 3 bolts in the bottom. There's 2 bolts on the side. There's 2 bolts on the inside of each side. That's real hard to get to.
He powered through it. I knew he would.
Real hard to get to. It took every swivel and cuss word I had. Now we're gonna lower it down so it don't kill me. I'd rather just follow me and crush me than just follow me and kill me.
Oh my God.
I did put 2 side bolts back in, that way I wouldn't immediately die. This should be liftoff.
I'm excited. It's what I've been waiting on.
Your whole life?
My whole life.
All right, I gotta crawl under there, back into the cave. One time. If you want to make an omelet, you gotta break the egg.
It's true. You're working on
The
it.
egg is broken.
This is gourmet omelet here.
Tim's egg walk. I'm back under here. I'm on location.
On location in the cold.
This van has all the heat shields that you could ever want. Heat is being shielded in here. What was this? What kind of church?
Was it Methodist?
Yeah. What do they do?
I don't know. I never been to one.
Shout out to the Methodist. There it is.
Whoa.
There it is. Okay. 2 more side bolts. I think I'd be in way better shape, baby.
Oh man, that's a struggle.
Shut up.
I ain't being mean.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
God dang.
Everybody online's being mean.
I was being nice, saying it was a struggle, and you was fighting through it, being nice.
Domesticating.
Not us.
You can be the most successful businessman in the world. But if you got a mug shot where you laid hands on your wife or girlfriend, you're a piece of shit.
Agree.
I don't care who you are.
That ain't the life we're
That's going
living.
around. I see people doing it. They look real angry and drunk in their mug shots. Yeah.
Because they are. Somebody had a real rough Valentine's Day in that crowd.
Yeah.
Things didn't go right.
Do I have to go to Jared's?
Oh,
Is Jared still a thing?
I don't know.
Remember when that dominated our life?
Yeah.
He went to Jared's. Shut up.
Stupid.
All right. What's the odds she's going to break loose?
I don't know. I'm getting low. Let's see.
I'm watching.
It's coming loose. Whoa.
Too bad, Chad. Nah, that was...
That was fine.
Hey.
We're pouring some. Oh, it stopped. It's just dripping now. Brake fluid or something.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. We ain't got no more van to drive.
We ain't had it.
Surrender.
Nice job.
You think?
Yes.
Don't kiss my ass.
I always will.
Nobody knows what that means.
I know, but it's so funny.
It's a hazard. The movie. Well,
It's part, babe.
I hate having this thing on the lift. This lift scares me. I'm gonna replace it. That was a big job.
It was.
Don't
Good
think
job.
It wasn't.
Good job.
Don't think it wasn't. We need to make sure the engine's where it should be. Somehow, however you do that.
Well,
Phase 1.
what do you think of this, guys? You've been asking for it. He's been in here working hard at it. So the van project is underway. We have big plans in March. We're going to test these tires out on a little road trip down to Daytona for
May
the
not be these tires.
turkey run.
We
Maybe
have-
not these. They gave us 2 sets, so.
Watch out.
Whoop.
These are 20-inch. These take a 20-inch rim, and we also have a set of 35s that take a 17-inch rim. They're both Interco. One's a set of IROCs, one's a set of Cobalt Groundhogs. You're going to see them both on here. It's just a matter of when, what, where, how, and why. Don't have no money to buy rims all day long. So, what do you think? What do you think of progress so far?
I'm really excited, and I think that he's done a phenomenal job. It's been really fast. You've done a really good job. You're hard on yourself, but I think that you just always think that things should be done like that, and it just takes a little time.
So I have about, I'd say 8 hours couple evenings, and then today.
Yeah.
Probably 3 hours, 3 hours, and 4 hours. I probably have 10 hours in making my jig. I've been doing my research though. I didn't just go into this blind. I have a pretty good understanding of where I'm going and how I'm going to get there. So next step is to design my spring hangers. I got a lot of the hardware here. I just gotta get the stuff.
So we got a beautiful 92 Beauville church van, the Holy Roller, that is going to be lifted in 4-wheel drive and awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're going to take it to acid rock concerts, hippie coalitions. We're going to take it to places where you can't even breathe the air.
We're still dealing with the freezing cold here, so we're sorry you're stuck in the shop, man, but so are we, and it's cold in here, so just be, I guess, thankful that we're doing what we can.
We're doing all we can.
Yeah.
We're not done. Everything around here happens in stages the way my mind works. I got this big pile of parts that's in the way, but it's getting ready to move over. It's going to free up some room around her truck. She knows what to do on her truck. This is a good thing about having multiple projects. I can just say, it's warm in there. Get to work. She knows what's going on. She's got 2 or 3 more coats and some runs on her side.
Oh, wow. I got some swirls to work out on the passenger side.
It's bad.
Yeah, it is.
She's got rounds. I can see them from here. Look like a horse race.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she gets for shit talking me. But yeah, you can see what we're doing with that old farm truck that we're going to. This is like something your grandpa left in the barn, and this is what we're going to make with it. So
we're doing our best to both try to be in the videos as much as possible. You know, with the kids and school schedules, it's kind of tough sometimes, and we can't let that stop us. So you guys get to see Tim a lot in this one, but I'm here a little. I'm trying. What else do you got?
If you have a woman, make them work.
Oh,
get in the garage.
God.
Get in the garage. Hand them up.
He doesn't make me do anything. Let's be clear about that.
No.
I'm the one
but
that's
you
like,
got to make yours.
To do.
You might have to make yours. Don't beat them. Just ease them in.
So
ease them into the garage. Make it warm. Make it cozy. Pretty soon your wife will be wrenching right beside you.
I don't know if that's a promise, but you should try.
It's working for me. She does it. She enjoys it.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun. You wouldn't go out of your way to do all this for somebody if they didn't enjoy it. So that's what we're just all about, having fun.
We are.
It's not about the vehicles. It's about how we got them done and the adventure along the way.
And I love and appreciate the time that we spend together doing this stuff. We always have fun.
There's one thing about me and my style. I ruin them. How are we going to get in?
No problem. That's how I get in everything we own.
It's ruined.
Even on my Escalade, the running boards don't work, so I have to hike my leg to get up in my Escalade.
I can't get in this.
I can. You see me? I'm flexible. I get in a semi. No doors. No problem.
I gotta go to steel yard, get steel, and then we'll be right back.
Everything on our website is on sale, so you guys should get over there to piece.n.grease.com.
Beef jerky.
Get you some merchandise.
We got Yankums.
We do not have any of that.
We got Yankum ropes.
None of it.
We got
don't have any
taffy.
of that. I wish we did.
We got piece and grease off-road recovery bags, sacks, beach bags, beach balls,
None of it.
license plates cut out of steel,
We don't
aluminum,
have that, though.
plastic.
But you should definitely go get what we do have. So
Everything in the that's a lie. Why can't I?
We have our show coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up in a couple months. And we got Jackie from Saul Customs. Jolly Jack, she's coming to do a pinup contest for you ladies. So March 1st, I'll be posting the link for registration for that. We are not doing pre-registration for our show. It's cash only at the gate. Don't answer to any of the scammers on our Facebook event. I'm the only contact. So no pre-purchase of tickets for the show. What else you got?
If I do all this work to all these vehicles and you guys don't show up, I'll be pissed off.
They're showing up.
You gotta show up. Rain or shine.
We literally, on our event post, have 4 or 5 times the amount of interest as we did last year. So this year is going to be so awesome. Don't forget about the gift bags. First 100 cars on Saturday get gift bags. So
I'm thinking about upping the ante to a personal gift from us for like the first 25 cars or something.
Oh,
so
wow.
stay tuned for that.
Okay.
Just something a nice little price.
Okay. All right.
If you're the first one here, you're dedicated.
I already know who the first one here is going to be. And his name begins with a T. And his last name begins with a T.
I hope he comes. Bring Beaver.
Yes, we want to see Beaver. All right, we will catch you guys. What video is this? This is Thursday, so we'll catch you guys on Monday.
I don't know.
I hope you have a great weekend.
Piece and grease.